Hi everybody, so we're talking about, this is part 2 of our band trick setups, and we're talking about downstairs chalet, also no snowmobile. So, just getting it, well, let's just start the video with, this door is not that important in Bandit trick. It's really not. It's easy-ish, but committing all 5 players into, like, or most of your players into, like, Bandit trick equipment isn't really the greatest, because um, due to like how the map or like the meta shifts and the map changes. First of all, they have like Ace, Maverick, and Thatcher, which makes the door a lot harder to push than it used to be, or defend as it used to be. But due to like the map setups and the new defense operator, it's a lot. It's okay to give that up, because back in the day, this was like really the only thing you had to worry about as defender, because like blue was like a lot easier to hold. This site was basically unpushable, if I recall. Yeah, it was just like, this was like everything everyone did was literally just smoke plant plus glazing, Monty, whatever. And now with the changes, like to all defender operator, you have Warden, you have still have smoke, throwing out good utility. You'll have more C4s, you'll have more shields, and shields being much more powerful than they used to. It's really not a big deal to get this door open. Just like as soon as I get in here, look at like all they have no cover. They only have the snowmobile in this corner right here, which isn't even safe from storage. So I wouldn't even worry about this too much. But if you're like me, like band tricking, it's a good one to do. It's not too hard. It's really safe as Bandit. You really don't have to worry about too much. So let's talk about how to sub the site so Bandit can trick. So as Bandit, you have 4 things to worry about. First one is the drone hole, the stairs, blue, and the other site. You also kind of have to worry about this top area here, but it's not really that big of a deal specifically for Bandit. Because like the area above is actually not, is bulletproof, so you don't worry about that too much. But let's talk about how to sub the site and what you can, as a shotgunner. So first things first, shotgun holes, wherever. Or just in, wherever. Doesn't even be nice or anything. Benefit of this is, I said in the last video, is it makes it harder for Maverick to do anything, because you can actually shoot the holes when he tries to do things, and he can't make this wall entirely a soft wall. And Bandit can hear easier because the holes in this wall where you're setting up. So do that. If you'd like to be a little cheeky, you can put a Maestro right there if you have one. I would really not recommend that. I think especially after next patch, I believe they're removing you putting outside cameras up. That'll just be destroyed. So don't do that. But if you want to cheese people, there actually used to be a tree here. I wonder if they removed that to prevent Maestro from doing that. I don't know what tree that is. So yeah. Yeah, that's the first step to the site. Second one is dealing with the drone hole. If you have specifically Womai over Jaeger, Womai is better than Jaeger for 2 reasons. One, well, really only one reason, and that's Capitao. So Capitao can shoot an angle from the drone hole hitting around here with this fire. If he does that, Bandit will be forced to give up, maybe not this wall, because he can still trick it from this corner, but 100% he cannot stand the fire on this one. He has to, even if he's standing at the very end, he has to stand into it to do it. Which makes it really annoying for Captain. Womai is actually the only person in the game, because Jaeger doesn't stop Captain bullets, but Womai does, so make sure if you have Womai, put it over here. My tip on Womai is do not put it like here. Put it specifically over like here or here. Like one of these areas on the wall. Because if Bandit is tricking right here, a nade, if he catches a nade and it's right there, it'll actually be really annoying for Bandit because he'll still take damage and possibly even die if he's too close. I think I'll grab some water. I'm gonna stay hydrated. It's my take 4 on this, so. Yeah. But you can also put Jaeger up here if you would like. Zombie can actually probably block out this drone hole, now think about it, in the new patch, and would be interesting. You, like with a Zombie right there, you cover this drone hole up. They can't really break it without committing an explosive, which is huge for you if they're using a nade or an ash charge on this instead of a shield or an ADS burn. So that's actually, with the Zombie coming out, that might be this might help this band trick a lot more.
But because you can also like make temporary cover and deal with Maverick right here. She'll actually, I think, if you're trying to ban triggers, I mean, it will be one of the best tools for you in the future of the game. But she's not out yet, so it's ignore her. So yeah, that's how you deal with that journal. You can also mute right here if you want. I believe you can mute here. Still, you might not want to do because of slope. But if you do that, it actually does cover stairs as well. I don't know if they removed that or not. It's been a while. So yeah, that's the journal. We'll talk about the stairs later. Blue is really annoying for Bandit because obviously they can just, you know, Bandit will be right there and he just dies if a guy's pushing blue. So there's really just two ways to hold blue. Well, one, you can castle it off. Wouldn't really recommend that. Never can castle on the site. But a shield right here is a guaranteed, like, must-have on this site, just for the watching the blue angle. It's really safe. You can even put it close to the wall if you like me, if you're not, you know, an idiot like me. And you have complete control of this. You can always fade back to here, pretty safe. The guy here, if he knows someone's on blue, can also push up to here. Another option you have on this site is you can put, if you like someone like Smoke or Warden, you can see through smoke, so you can just smoke it off easily from over here. Super safe. Specifically for the Smoke of the Warden. There's a couple other ones you can do, but one of those two in particular you can do. And you can have someone else playing. Let me actually bring the shield with me. You can have someone playing here, kind of like how Ella's or Jaeger's play blue stairs on. I forgot how to set the shield. You can put a shield the others. How they play. How they play, like, actually that's probably not the shield. I forget the shield spot exactly, but you can also just put it up here. But how Jaegers and Ella's play blue stairs on bank, where you just throw a bunch of equipment here, like could be triple Jaeger shield plus like Ella mines or like what's your alibis, and it just makes it really annoying to push here because you have so much shit to deal with at all times. But the angle is kind of tough as a defender, so I wouldn't really recommend this too much. But if you feel like trying it out and you wanna, and you're for sure thinking they're gonna push blue or push stairs or the garage door, just put two people here, have your smoke play right here, super safe with the shield, or a warding because of the smokes to deal with the smoke plants. Or it's Chonka. It's a great thing to do. And just have your lurk or whoever playing around these stairs. Again, upstairs is really important as lurk. We'll get to that later though. So yeah, that's how you do. That's how you play blue. Let's talk about wine cellar right now. So obviously, like if you played any version of Chalet, you should know to always reinforce this. Gives you cover from that area. But one mistake, I think, maybe not a mistake, but most people do is they put the rotation here. And this isn't bad, particularly especially if Mira, who can mirror like tight right here, and then you have an easily shot onto here, and even kind of stairs. But this like angle leaves you vulnerable to a guy pushing from blue and a guy pushing from stairs, where they have a fairly easy shot on you, or in that rotation. I recommend you can even, like, you don't have to do this, but this is not a bad thing to do, is reinforce this, and then put the rotation hole as far in the corner as possible. You should always be able to shotgun things with 4 shots. If you're not, you're messing it up like I am, which you don't want to do. But, yeah, this does a lot of things, so you can still play the mirror if you'd like. A little less nice of an angle, but it's not too bad. You're safer in this corner than playing this corner from cellar, and you're safer from the angle on blue is just not that tight. It's actually not even, they can't even really see the hole itself, or maybe like the tip. And the guy on the stairs has like they cannot see like into sight clearly, and has to like can barely see this. So I always put it in the back corner here, except maybe Yamira. But I would recommend that. You can also put a bulletproof right here. Not too bad for if you want to see stairs in this area. Although you can also put it here or on the locker.
So that's the first thing here. Now this is actually, in my opinion, where you should probably push as an attacker over that area, just because this is a lot easier to hold. So this wall right here is definitely the most annoying wall to deal with. There's not really a lurker can do anything about this because it's just so deep into enemy territory right next to this door. It's just to an outsized area. So this wall is actually like arguably even more important than the garage door to hold off. The problem with this door is you can't really bandit trick it if you'd like. Just because, as you can see here, like if you're bandit tricking here, you have to deal with this and the hatch and even that. So I would really recommend bandit tricking it. You can just, you know, drop a kite down here, and then if you really want to defend this wall, you can actually Rooney this. Both of these, and make it just have to burn so much equipment, along with your ADSs that you'll have here, just like to get into this wall. They have to do so much effort. Also reinforce this wall, pretty straightforward. I wouldn't really recommend using too much equipment on this, other than maybe a mute or a single kite. That's because this wall isn't that important they take. Because again, if they take into it, they still have to deal with your defenses back there, your defenses back here, and the guy playing on blue. So it's not like super big of a deal. I have to take it. They can't smoke plant here, but it's also like really easy. Right there is really easy for a lurker to pop from garage or from up here. We'll talk about how you can get from garage for us a lurker in a little bit. So yeah, you can also put a shield in. To play this set, is a pretty straightforward thing to do is to put your shield back a little back here. You're probably wondering why we're putting it back here and not like next to the wall, but you can actually put your Jaegers right. That was actually like a terrible example. Can I pick this up? Alright. You can put your Jaegers right here, so they can't shoot it from back there, and if they throw stuff to burn the shield, your ADS will kill them all. If it's next to the wall, you have to put your ADSs in a more compromised position, like here or here, but you can also fade back to sight a lot easier and play this angle if you'd like as well. So make sure you put your shield back here. If you have a bulletproof or a maestro, also put it back here. This is like really annoying because if you have a maestro right here or a bulletproof, like one, they might not even see it, but two, like look how far that is to deal with. You have to basically send an Ash or like it's super hard to nade back there. And they have an Ash, like a Zofia, like you still have your ADS to protect it. So always put one back here if you have it. A lot of good spots for bulletproof and shields and snaps. I'd recommend you take as many as possible. But so yeah, that's this site. So it's pretty straightforward. Let's go talk about. We need to talk about banditing this. We talked about blue. We talked about the stairs. Alright, let's go talk about the stairs next. So the stairs isn't really that big of a deal. It's not a great angle for the attackers to push from, because they have to worry about the guy playing from locker, the guy from blue, this rotation, which is now even harder to, like, you can't even see anything in the sun, it's like free-fired sometimes. You have to watch the guy playing storage, and then you have to watch first of all, if you're a bandit, you love playing this area from stairs, because you will always have a really good angle onto the guy playing pushing stairs, because they have to check you last without just inting, even if you're droned out, because there's so many other options for the cover that they have to check you last. And you can play dumpster, you can play like on this corner, you can even rotate back to like this area right here, get some cover. If you want to fade all the way back here, you can stay in this corner and just prone and hope they don't see you, and then peek them out when they don't surprise. There's a lot you can do with that corner right there. So you never have to worry about the stairs too much, and I wouldn't even recommend using too much equipment on here. You could just put barbed wire, put it low enough where you can hear, but not too low where they can pop it like super easily. If you put it like right here, obviously they're just gonna pop it without any, like effort requested. But put it like right here, I would say. So it's like low enough where they can't just punch it super easily, but not super low. By the time you hear, you don't have time to react. So make sure to do that. Reinforce this hatch. Pretty straightforward.
when you're playing, they get in soft breach here, and they don't really get any info onto, onto your site. Wine cellar, they can wine cellar up here, or they can do it up here, but they really only see like this forward area, and even Bandit doesn't have to worry about playing back here, because this is like the deepest angle they can get, which is they can get you right here, but like they had to pop this corner, play at an angle that's like really far up. That Bandit actually doesn't even have that bad of an angle, like himself beating, right? You usually don't want to take upward gunfights, but you can fade away all of them in the corner. If you have a C4, it's really easy to nitro them because they play super close. So you don't have to worry about that too much, but do note is a thing they can do. One thing, it's like, because most of the soft floor is actually in the cellar, it's kind of hard for them to transition like any info they get here to play, to push down these stairs, because you only have to worry about the small crevice, while, like, all the information they get is over here. So anyone playing, you know, here, yeah, not so much there, but there, playing a locker, playing the locker back here, even, can't get in the bone anymore, right? There's a bug we used to get on top of that. But you don't have to worry about it too much, so. But they can self-breach, so I would be careful of that. So yeah. Let's go, there's one more hatch you have to get, which is the one right over here. This leads in a wine cellar. Pretty important to close off. It's no soft wall near it, so don't have to worry about anything like that. Like, not even the ground over here to lose it. Oh yeah, another thing they can do is they can also on this site thermite. There's no point electrifying this either, because they can just thermite right here and just pop it without you know, electrifying. So let's talk about. Yeah, now we pretty much got the site set up. So let's talk about the lurk now. So having two people lurk on this map is not usually a bad idea. For one, I mentioned they can also make this window into here, but that's usually no one ever does that. But the lurk can do a lot of things on this map. It's really important to have one. First of all, like this area, if they're trying to soft breach and just get some info on, has so many ways to get shot from. You have anyone playing any of these versions upstairs, which have just a free angle on them. You have, you can even do this like super cheeky run out, which it does not really done anymore, but you can run out all the way, drop them below. You can even do it from this window as well. You can run up and then drop out and shoot anyone right here. So that's an option. Lurk can also, this is like the counter to when they're pushing. This is a very important quote unquote spawn peak where you can counter anyone playing Snowmobile super easily by just running out this window. This is usually Claymore or Nomaded though, so I would be very careful about that. You can also do it from all the way over here, but this is a little suspect because look how far you have. Like how much time they have for you detected. But you have a lot of, when you're doing this, you have a lot of cover, and it's really hard for them to win gunfights from this. Especially if you have a nitro, you can also destroy it from over here. So if you feel like there's clayed or you just want to mix up on the run out, that's an option. You can also drop while you're doing that. You used to be able to run out from here back in the old site, but obviously this window is way too far to do that, so I would never recommend you doing that. The guy upstairs also another option with doing some cheeky shots from up here. You can actually catch people from Snowmobile all the way, if you have ACOG especially, but you can also shotgun this out and get an even tighter angle around here. You can actually like catch people in Snowmobile quite easily, don't expect it. It is a really tight angle, but it's just super safe. There's no way they're killing you. You can also do it from here, I believe. Maybe not. Yeah, boost for that one. Yeah. Like, can you not? Yeah, I guess you can. But yeah, that shotgun is a pretty good counter to anyone. I'll even like show you. It's hard because I don't really have someone to help me with this, but if you like.
You have been spotted by hostiles. Fall back.
Yeah, you can see people like right on top, like when their head is right in front of the snowmobile, which they will be, by the way, because that's like the only cover that area has. So you can't catch them by surprise. I would learn the angle yourself. I forgot to mention as Bandit, or as anybody, you can actually, from here, using that window, nitro, right, if you stand like right here, I forget the exact throw, you can actually shotgun that corner out and throw nitro all the way up there and hitting anyone
Your
right
location
there.
has been compromised.
I don't know where the smoke always goes. It always like disappears like when you throw it up here. But yeah, that is always an option you have. Oh yeah, make sure not to throw it too far, otherwise it gets destroyed, by the way, if you throw it out to the wall. It's a pretty common thing I see people do all the time, is they throw their drone when they're here all the way just down here, and they destroy themselves by throwing it outside the map. So make sure not to do that. But yeah, you can nitro right there, all the way out there. It's a pretty good one. You should learn it. I don't know the setup off the top of my head, but you should learn it. Really easy way to set yourself up. You can even go on top of the snowmobile if you want to throw it. So yeah. That's lurking on this side. Let's go talk about lurking on the other side now. Again, why lurking is so powerful is you have all these options to lurk from. You can play this blue area, or lurk upstairs and either go to all three areas. If you're lurking on this side, always, if you can, pop the hatch. So you can get behind them toward garage anytime. Free kill if anyone's pushing on here. And another super cheeky thing you can do on this side in particular is when they're pushing garage, you can shotgun these like really like stupid holes they're just never gonna expect. You know, it can be almost anywhere on this map, but it's like no one's just looking up like right there. And you can shoot them like really easily because they won't be fighting back. And they're coming through. Yeah, if you have a shotgun or even, you know, just SMG, just as soon as they walk in like that, you can even do it from the backside to be even safer. And they cross you, so there's no way. There's so many of those areas on this map that feel free to find the one that you find you find the best. But this hatch, yeah, once you're up here, you can have this hatch drop. You can also play these stairs. Careful, because sometimes people will usually be watching that from the door if there's someone else pushing side, but it's, you know, if they're pushing side, you can come on. This is one of the few things you can come behind them on. So yeah, it's pretty much the map. Again, main tip on this map is don't worry about committing everything to defend this, unless you know for sure, like they did a one round and you want to run it back. Don't waste everything on this door. I wouldn't like double Rooney this, you know, a zombie that, triple Womai, triple Jaeger over here. Just because, like, the chance they push this is rare, and you have so much more tools now with that run out up there. Anti-smokes, C4s, nitro shields to deal with them taking control of the site. So don't worry about it too much. So yeah, that's this guide. Not as flash. I want, like, obviously, it's, you know, it's hard to bandit trick on this site, so don't worry about it too much if you can't do it. But you know, if you're like me, nothing hits better than that surge of getting it. So yeah, that's all for this video. I think I'll do downstairs a consulate next, even though that is truly an unbandit trickable spot. So I'll see you guys in the next video.